Guys, you ain't got to be the sharpest tool in the shed to know that last week I was pretty pissed off at this guy. And don't take it the wrong way. That didn't change. I still am. The only difference is now we got a plan. We're going to talk about that on this week's Tuesday Morning Tech Tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. What do you guys think the plan is? Rather than tell you, it may be easier if I just show you. No, as much as that would just absolutely free me of all this frustration, not the right thing to do. At the end of the day, the kid loves this car. It is a beautiful car. And I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, okay, brakes are a pretty big deal. But it shouldn't be this hard to fix. I'm going to try this concept that if we have the right parts, maybe the job might be easier. Maybe that's what we've been going around the whole time. It does make sense now that I say it out loud, right? But this shouldn't be the thing that, the straw that breaks the camel's back or whatever kind of analogy you want to use. Because it's a simple line. Guys, this is what I did. Like for 4 years, my first command of the Navy, that's all I did was make lines, install lines. I was a hydraulics guy. This should not be this hard. But somehow it still is. Usually actually not. Everybody always thinks, well, thing's sitting, motor must be gone. That's why you junk a car. You blew the motor, you blew the trans, something major, right? When in reality, guys, this is what kills cars. The littlest thing that just aggravates you to no end, and you're like, you know what, forget it. You let it sit, and next thing you know, 5-10 years have gone by, and now it's worthless. Think about it, guys. There are tons of YouTube channels just dedicated to this, right? Vice Grip Garage, Junkyard Digs, Puddin' does it every now and then. The Will It Runs, right? These guys go out and they buy some wreck they've never seen. They pull it out of the woods, been sitting behind somebody's trailer since who knows when. And like, hey, we're going to see if we get it run. Oh, the motor spins. Okay, great. Let's do this, all the basics, right? So then they get a running car. I mean, that square body that everybody loves on Puddin's channel, one of my favorites, it was sitting out in that field forever, got it running. Now, granted, he's done a ton of work since then, but that was a running, driving truck. Somebody just parked it. Time stopped for 10, 15 years. He showed up and brought it back. Happens all the time. And it's always the littlest things that make things sit. It's right here. There was many a time, just, I don't know, less than 24 hours ago, I was like, forget this car. We're going to just get rid of it. I don't care. Somebody give me $30 and you can have it. Now, it's not mine to give away, but it's not going to stop me, right? But all we got to do is take some time, regroup, relax, think about it, and figure it out, That truck right there, the Dodge, same exact thing. That thing was sitting in some guy's, behind some trailer, just like I said, on some back road, and he stopped driving. It was his daily drive. The thing runs great, guys. You might remember I drove it right into the woods behind the shop because the brakes went out. And he warned me there was like one brake that kind of worked and then that line snapped. So anywhere where corrosion's a problem, the Northeast, like this is a Jersey car, even here, we're right by the water, there's brackish water. And man, that can eat up some, you got the most corrosive fluid like in the entire vehicle running on the inside of those lines. Then you throw salt and brine on the outside, it's a time bomb, right? So that's what happened with that thing. What's that? Sounds kind of healthy. That automatic. Anyways, where was I? Hopefully you guys heard that, because otherwise I look really stupid. Anyway, I was frustrated with this thing. Jay gave me a call. He talked me off the ledge last night, and then I went and played Garage Trivia. So big shout out to I Spider Garage and Ollie's Garage for sponsoring that. Tried to find the bottom of a whiskey bottle all by myself. That was a bad idea. But anyways, I got a better idea what's going on today. And a good motorcycle ride will help you out. You got to clear the mind, is what I'm saying. All right. So that's what we did. I talked to the kid. I said, "Here's your options. This is what we got. You can get that thing the hell out of my shop and bring it somewhere, and they can figure it out. You can order the lines that I think will fix it. And now that we're complete experts swapping these lines out, that could be a quick fix. Or you got to match. These are your options, right? Maybe the match is a bit much, but just off it, right? So I just finished talking to him. He said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, honestly, now that I've calmed down about it, the lines are $100. Let's buy them, throw them in. I think it's going to fix it. If it don't, we'll worry about it then." And he's out $100. Don't cost me nothing but some time. And we've already figured out my time's not worth nothing, because I spent the last week on this thing. And we're in, well, the exact same position that we were before, except for I'm a little bit more knowledgeable. Now I know where the lines go and stuff. And that was part of it, guys. We were looking for the lines, and I couldn't find anything. I'm a visual guy, right? I think most of us are. Especially now, you pull out your phone, you look at everything right there, and you can see what you need, right? So I wasn't seeing the line that was on there. And that's because they knew something we didn't. They cut it in half, which we did here. They did the exact same thing, so you can put it in, because it ain't going in any other way. It'll go, I mean, I had to cut it out. You know, obviously these lines went in before the motor or any of that stuff, so it just, you know, but replacements, you can't do it in one. So that's something I wasn't seeing before when I said I don't know that these are the right lines, because I didn't see it, because it was cut in half, because, all right? So I guess I did accomplish that. We figured out that I was looking at the right stuff. So rather than, like I said, I just spent a week, you know, we pulled everything out last weekend, made everything up. And then, now, when I say I spent a week, I'm not down here all day doing stuff, right? I got a full-time job, and I like to be lazy on the couch as well. So like an hour or so, I come down and mess with it. I put some fittings on, I did some things, you know, that little stuff. So, but that's time I could have spent doing other little stuff. So rather than spinning my wheels on this, hindsight, guys, always 20/20. So if I'd have just bought the lines, or had the kid buy the lines, don't cost, that's saving me money too, right? We could have done this. We could have cut the lines out, put the new one in, and been done that one day. I say that now. Hopefully that fixes the problem. It should fix the problem, because that box was not leaking before. It came out super easy, so I don't think that there's anything wrong there. I think the problem is, and I showed it, I think I got it right here. This is the line that Cadillac has, right? This is not the best flare I've ever made in my life, but this is what I made. So if you look at them side by side, and focus, there we go, there we got it. They look real close, right? But if you saw the video last week when I zoomed in, they're off. This guy this 3/16 that you buy at the parts store is a little bit smaller. I mean, barely, but it's barely leaking. Well, it really is. I mean, it's not pouring out. Now we have it down to a drip, and no matter what, it will not stop. And it's where it's coming out of is around that thing, so, you know, like it's coming out around here. Does that make sense? Not like outside the fitting like it was before. It's coming out around here. Like this part right here just ain't seating right. And it could be because it is a hair off. And that's just like Cadillac to do something like that. To make everything so close, but now go buy our stuff, right? Remember, 98, this is when things were already in full swing of, you know, you really can't fix it yourself. And they've proven that with how the alternator's in here. You gotta, I mean, all this stuff has to come off to get that. I mean, the starter's under the intake. What was the other? Oh, the petcock, I had to like notch out that cross. It's one thing after another. These cars were not made to be maintenance friendly, right? Just weren't. Supposed to take it to the dealership, pay through the nose, and then when you're all done, you throw it out and get another one. That's what they want you to do. Well, we're not doing that, right? So we're gonna try one last, you know, Hail Mary. Not really, because it's probably what we should have done in the first place. We'll see. Kid's about to order them up. The way the mail's been working around here, I'll tell you, ever since my uncle left the post office, it's been downhill. I'm telling you, you know. So hopefully, it's here next week or so, and see how we did. So my advice to you, last thing I said, well, hey, think outside the box and just make your own stuff. That works on other stuff, not on this thing. On this thing, buy what you know is going to work. Get it done. Do it once. Do it right. Thanks for watching, guys.